Okay, I'm back. And I've just swapped out the microcontroller. I'm hoping that this microcontroller is not really busted and that I had a wiring problem. And actually, I've just realized that my ground wire is really only connected through the transistor. That's probably a problem. So what I'm going to do, real quick, is I'm going to run another little ground wire from the ground to the other ground, because it should have been done already and I neglected to do it. This ground is not connected to the ground to the microcontroller. I really should have, I suppose, drawn all this out because it needs to be done. So let's do that real quick, and hopefully that will solve our problem. And if it does, then I can go back and I can test this one again, see if perhaps it is actually burned out, or if it was just this little oversight. So quickly, I don't even know what length this wire should be. I don't really even care at this point. I just want to see some results that are working in my favor here, since I have breadboarded this out and I thought it was going to be working. Clearly I had the transistor backwards, and that's not a good thing. But I'm not convinced it should cause all the problems that I'm running into. So a floating ground could definitely cause the problems that I'm running into. So let's get this done real quick. Give it a test, and then I'll maybe test my other microcontroller a little bit later on a simple circuit, just to see that things are kind of working out the way they should be. So we want to go maybe to this point here. I don't know if you can see that very well, but not where my soldering iron is pointed, but where my wire is pointed. And we're going to go straight, basically right here. We're going to come up from the bottom, because this is a ground point here for the sensors, as well as the microcontroller. And then we're going to stick that into our power supply as well. That was a gross oversight, to be honest. Woo. Got my wire insulation a little bit, but I think we're okay there. Looks alright. And over to here, just a quick patchwork wire. I can loop it in the proper way later. Uh-oh. I'm losing my power supply wire. Oh, it's hot. These wires gets hot so fast. I was speaking about losing sensitivity to hotness, and indeed I really do believe I am. That's why I'm not screaming like a child when I feel what I'm describing as hot. It's actually it's quite hot, but yeah, maybe that's okay. Alright, we can always just squish it down, maybe even with this. That's a little bit better. Okay, holy smokes, I hope this is going to be alright now. I've managed to fix two problems in one go, which I found. And this is perhaps a very good reason why you should not be drinking mead while building electronics, although mead is delicious, especially on a very cold day. I do highly recommend mead on a cold day, but perhaps not while working on electronics. One more sip. Okay, we've got plenty of microcontrollers. Oh Lord, I don't want to I don't want to use all my microcontrollers in one project, but we do have a lot of them. Okay. Oh, great. We're seeing some boot up here, I think. Motor's not spinning. Oh, looky there. You know what? This is the LED that I thought I was referring to, not this one over here. And looky there, now that I've actually got it off into the middle of nowhere, I don't want to get my hand in the way of the video. I'm moving it around so it's starting to see things. But if I point it off into the middle of nowhere, it should have a reading of 0. Well, kind of. I don't have the wrong one set up, do I? If I cover it, it turns off. Uncover it. There's something that's kind of interfering. It may be me. It may be the light. I probably need to do a little bit more programming, but if I cover it completely, it stops. Right? Can you see that? I hope you can see that, because it seems to be working. Where are we? Where's the top of my... Maybe you can't see the motor spinning. Okay. And perhaps if I... But it is spinning. Right here. Dun, dun, dun. And that's the timing that I have for whenever it has a non-zero value. And so I suppose now that I've really kind of got it faced off into the middle of nowhere, which I also hope you can see. Can you see this area here? Maybe kind of you can. Okay. When I really have it out in the middle of nowhere, it does stop. I think it's probably hitting my hand, to be honest. Well, things are always in the way, aren't they? Coming to view. It activates. Alright, let's try this again. Now it's not activating. Watch this LED, because this is basically determining when the motor is activating. Let me see if I can get everything into view at the same time. I'm working on it here. Okay, is that viewable? Can we see everything at the same time? I hope so. So when I put something in front of it, like my hand or my finger, it activates. Activate. 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 Nope. Activate. So, it looks like it's working now. Was it the floating ground? It's very likely. Was it a backwards transistor causing a burned out microcontroller? It's very likely. I'll find out for sure when I test my microcontroller. But yes, now that things are in the view of the sonar sensor, it's activating, and it's activating properly. So basically at this point, we're kind of done. It's almost 11, which means that it's almost time for me to go home, and I really want to kind of get this thing put together and try it out. But may have to wait till tomorrow. One more day. You troubleshoot problems when they arrive, you know, it's just kind of how it goes. I also want to I really want to check out whether 9 volts or 7 volts is going to be more appropriate for this project, so that I can buy a really good power supply for it. But the fact that it now seems to be working properly, I'm really happy about that. Getting it to not activate with all the stuff around me is a little bit hard, but it does seem to mostly work. And it works well. I don't know if you can see the light actually when my hand's in the way. There, can you see that? Oh, it's working really well. Again, there's a lot of stuff around here. I've got a camera above me. I've got lights to the side of me. I'm kind of sitting in the way. It sees me. It activates, and it activates in the proper sequence. I can hear it. I can see the light flashing. Things are working well. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, you see that? Okay, then when I put it out in the middle of nowhere, can you? I don't know if you can see that really well, actually. Okay, it seems like it. Okay, let me try to get this sensor appropriately deactivated. Not yet. Is it the wrong sensor? Am I playing with the wrong sensor? Oh, wait. Now we're talking. Okay, now it's kind of really out in the middle of nowhere. And I'll pass in front of it. There it goes. And again. There it goes. It looks like it spins more than I wanted it to. However, if there's something on the end of it, it might require more force, and so it might not spin quite as much. But I mean, it's spinning several times, so it's definitely too much. Well, I have to lower the power. I have it programmed right now for PWM, so maybe we'll be okay. And so far, so good. You know, projects like this, you run into problems, and you just gotta figure them out and fix them. Again, I'm not a professional programmer. I did not study programming or electronic engineering or anything. It's just something I picked up, wanted to tried to do. I've been successful many times. Again, I'm experiencing success. It's not perfect success right away, but you know, you don't give up as soon as you run into a problem, and you keep trying. If you try, you can do it. That's the number one thing I want to convey to you, and I'm going to say it probably in every video. I'll probably say it 20 times in every video. If you try it, you can do it. And I honestly believe that. And here we have it. It's working. I'm pretty happy. I'm still very curious to see if a fluffy cat is going to reflect sound quite as well as my hand. Things like that, but yeah, we've got some real progress here. This thing is going to be done soon. Let's have a quick look. Let me unconnect it. Okay, get rid of our electricity there. It's not going to be spinning anymore. But and I didn't even get to the hot glue, and it's over there and it's stinking. But we now have control boards that fit into our cavities. No double entendre intended. We have control boards that fit into the spaces that we provided them. And we have 2 sensors, one for each side. So hopefully we'll get a nice view of things, but if we don't, I can always attach 2 more. I've got sensors for it. And I can easily program them in, and I have the extra pins. I have 3 extra pins here, and only 2 more sensors. It only needs 2 more pins. Then I have plenty of space on the little board that I built here. I got my transistor flipped the right way around. That's important. I've even used the accidental space that I managed to route into here, which is nice. You know, you have a problem, you just keep going, man. You figure out the best way to deal with your problems, and you turn them into solutions in the future. So this thing is almost done. We're going to finish this in a couple more episodes at least, at the most, I hope. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I got to go home for now because it's getting late and it's damn cold outside. But we'll be back. We'll finish this up, and then I'll take a video with the cat hopefully playing with it and not just staring at it. He likes to sometimes stare, and you got to kind of give him a push, and then he'll play. But yeah, hopefully we'll have a nice video of the cat playing with this thing, and maybe even scratching on it, because it's also going to be a scratching post. So I hope it'll all work out all right. But stay tuned. I'll be back. See you next time.